What got you into behavioral finance?
So funny enough, for me, I don't come from a lot of money. My dad's a school bus driver. He's 79. He is still a school bus driver. And we were never without. We always had what we needed. We didn't, I don't think I knew rich or poor. I seemed to have everything. But as I got a little bit older, I realized we didn't have like as nice of things, let's say, as other people. But it also didn't seem to have that big of a bother to me. I did go to Wall Street, as I mentioned, in the mid-90s. I was only 17. I had a godparent that worked down there. They said they'd get me a summer job. Next thing I know, I'm working down there. I happen to have the right personality for the job. I then learned it came with a lot of money, but I don't think I went down there specifically chasing money. Although I liked money, I don't think I have to be honest with you, when I look back now, I didn't understand wealth like that. I mean, there was ridiculous wealth. So anyway, so I'm working down there and I'm, going through the ranks, and all of a sudden I am now witnessing over and over and over again what I like to call, for those of us who are Disney fans, the Aladdin, the genie in the lamp, where the idea of being all powerful outweighs logic and reasoning. And so if you've ever seen the movie, where Jafar wants to be all powerful and he gets himself locked in the lamp where now he's got no control and no ability to do anything. I watched so many guys I knew, and I say guys specifically because it was the 90s. There was like 12 women total on the trading floor. And they would have more money than I would ever think conceivably, like that you could get through in a lifetime. They had multiple yachts, private jets, condos in Manhattan, like you name it. And they would do something within the trading community, either illegal or something that really had excessive greed. Partnerships would break up. They would be fined or prisoned. And I thought, I couldn't wrap my head around it, because I was like, if you already have access to all of this money and all of this stuff, why isn't the decision to use your stuff more exciting than doing the next trade that puts you in jail?
Yeah.
Like it didn't make computable sense to me. But again, at that point I was, a 17, 19, 20-year-old girl, needed to survive myself. Like I didn't have time to question what was happening. I had to just figure out how to, exist in the environment and do the best I could. And then the story goes on that, I stayed on Wall Street for a bit, wound up having a family. I have 5 kids, as I mentioned. So staying on Wall Street wasn't an option. I went to go work in nonprofit work, and I was literally down the block from the New York Stock Exchange with the nonprofit I was working for. And the kids that I was asked to teach financial education to were unbanked. And so now, literally, same block. I went from working with the wealthiest of the wealthiest individuals in the country to the lowest of low-income community. And now I'm chatting with these kids, and it's the same. And
these are high school, grade
high school, early college, somewhere. I think our program served, at the time, we served 16 to 24-year-olds. Okay. That was the program age. But the things that they would do, like they would have enough to get by, but they would commit a crime. And I was like, wait a second, but you were surviving. Like, again, not at the levels that the Wall Street guys were, but their rent was paid or their services were taken care of, and they were getting by, maybe going for it, but then they would commit a crime, whether it was robbery, and they wouldn't show up at the program. And then when I would get to talk to them, I was like, wait, I don't understand. And so I realized behaviors were so similar between these two groups of people that I was like, there's something that I'm missing. And that's what drove me to behavioral finance.
Okay.
That's what drove me to like, what's the why? Why do people do what they do? Why do people want more and not want more? Like I get, for survival or scarcity, like I get all of that. But like, why, when you feel like you've got, what is the point of making that decision to cross a line that for more, when the risk that comes with that more can put you out of the game?
Did you figure it out?
I think I have
wow.
At some level figured it out, right? There's ego, there's dopamine, there's adrenaline, there's crabs in the bucket, which is a basic behavioral finance concept, which is, when we all kind of look the same, how do you get out of that bucket but then the other crabs are kind of pulling you back? So it's this tension that I think seems to happen where if you pull too hard, you fall out of the bucket, but now you don't have your crew, right? And so, there's a lot here. I don't think it's I can't give you the one answer, but different environments tend to call for different reasons why people do it. It's fascinating to me. It's fascinating, and I think it has a lot. What I've come to learn, and more recently, is our internal validation, our internal what is enough for us. And I'm sure in your work you see this. Like, you could run the risk models and you could run the scenarios all day long. People's enough is like a kicking can that they keep kicking down the road. Enough is never enough. But what are they trying to actually solve to? Because if it was a number, you and I could, that's a math problem. Math is not the problem when we deal with people's wealth.